Algebra 1 Honors, Lesson 2.3, Multiplying Rational Numbers, and 2.4, Dividing Rational Numbers. Again, this is assumed that you've seen some of this before. The bottom line here is what's written on the first one and second one. If you multiply two numbers with the same sign, positive, positive, or negative, negative, you get positive. If you get one positive and one negative in either order, you get negative. Why? Well, that's a long story. You can go back to the number line if you want to play with it. Go in positive directions, go in opposite directions if they're negative. You're just going to have to trust us. Negative 5 times 4 is negative 20. Negative 12 times negative 14 is positive. Oh, great, give me a hard one to see if I care. Oh boy, do it the long way. $168, which I should have known. Such a bad math teacher. Negative 8 times negative 9 is positive 72. And then fractions, which will cause trouble. A lot of people hate them. Get over it. Multiply across the top, multiply across the bottom. Negative 1 times 4 is 4 over 2 times 7 is 14. And then always, 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 always reduce. I can take a 2 out of that. I can take a 2 out of that. Negative 2 over 7. Simplifying expressions using multiplication. Now we just get rid of all our parentheses and see if we can combine any like terms. So 4 times negative 3, negative 12y, negative 15y just comes down. Negative 12 minus 15 is negative 27y. Negative 7, get negative 21d plus negative 7d equals negative 28d. Apologize for the handwriting in advance. Smarter would have been to say, let me do what's inside the parentheses. 3d plus d is 4d. Negative 7 times 4 is negative 28d. Math is somewhat perfect. Should work any different way you choose to do the problem as long as you're obeying the rules. 6 times negative 2x, negative 12x, minus minus, plus 14x, subtract, bigger sign is positive, 2x. Same thing on the dividing. Divide two numbers, same sign, always positive. Divide opposite signs, always negative. It's all right here if you want to look at it. Negative 77 divided by negative 11 is positive 7. Negative 2/5, ooh, tricky stuff. If I am dividing, I multiply by the reciprocal. So I take this and I flip it upside down. Negative times positive is a negative. I get negative 8/5. Negative 51/3. Not sure what I'm supposed to do with that. It's just negative 51/3. Oh wait, middle schoolers have to turn it into a mixed number. Not in high school, you don't. You do have to see if it divides. Huh, how about that? 17 and 1. How did I know that 3 went in there? Well, take 5 plus 1. Does 3 go into 6? Then you do the math and say it has to go into both. So, good lesson for you there. I looked at it and said, I don't know what's going on. Check if you can reduce. Always check if you can reduce. Negative 3/2 divided by negative 6/5. Negative 3/2 times negative 5/6. A lot of people confused. Negative on top, in front, or on the bottom. Doesn't matter. Just need one of them. This, by the way, is times. It often looks like a negative, so watch out. I get 15/12, which I know 3 can come out of. 5/4. I get 5/4. So remember to do the fraction bar top and bottom first. I'm going to do the inside, negative 12 plus 8, negative 4. I'm going to do the whole bottom, 7 minus 5 is 2. Negative times a negative is positive, 12 over 2, I get 6. Put in your calculator if you want to check. Negative 8 times negative 2. 2 minus minus 6. I like to just flip them. 8. Get 16 over 8, which reduces to 2. Make sure you know how to do those. We also get into a little bit of simplifying algebraic expressions using division. This is far and away one of the biggest problems I have ever seen. I call this killing a kitten because it's so bad you should feel like you've just killed a little kitten and feel guilty about it. You can do this two different ways. You can do what's called factoring, which we haven't covered yet, and say, hey, look at the top. I can take a 3 out of both pieces. If you find that mysterious, just distribute, which you already know how to do. 3 times 8 is 24. 3 times negative 2a is negative 6a. Works. And then you can say, oh, these 3's cancel. And I get 8 minus 2a. What you can't do is just cancel there or there. The way to remember this, what are you dividing by 3? Everything. So you have to divide everything by 3 if you can. Otherwise, you just leave it as is. 24 over 3, 6 over 3, 8 minus 2a. That's it. Same thing here. Whichever way you want to do it. I'm doing the way I typically see students do it in Algebra 1. That's it. Now we just work on evaluating. It's just pure practice. This is actually what math is. We set up formulas to model things, and then we plug numbers in, see what's going on. Negative 3 times 2 over negative 4 squared. One of the other huge mistakes I see is right here. I see this all the time. That is wrong. You will get a wrong answer more often than not. What did you plug in? Negative 4, put it in parentheses, and then square it. We will get negative 6 over 16, because negative 4 times negative 4 is 16. Have to reduce it. Try the next two on your own. I'm going to blast through them. Choose squared. Oh no, I'm squaring everything. So I got to do inside first. Negative 3 minus 4, negative 7 squared over negative 3 minus 4, negative 7. 49 over negative 7, negative 7. Get good at that. You're going to see a lot of math like that. A couple word problems. Temperature drops about 2 degrees Fahrenheit for every 530 feet in altitude. Per Lindstrand achieved the altitude record of 64,997 feet. About how many degrees difference was there between the ground and the air temperature at that altitude? Whoa. 64,997 over 530 equals a pretty serious drop in temperature. How low could it go? 64997 divided by 530. 122.6 times 2 degrees for each one of those. So it should have been about a 245 degrees Fahrenheit differential. That seems a little bit high to me, but wow, you got to be impressed. By the way, I think that record's been broken. This seems wrong. I got to redo this. I don't know. That's what it says. President of a small business looking at a profit loss. Loss in income was $23,985. What was the loss per month? The word problems seem to be the bane of every student. They shouldn't be. They should be an opportunity to actually tear into a real problem instead of just blindly throwing out numbers and praying that they work. So it looks like they lost almost $2,000 per month. Grandma's knitting a sweater for her grandchildren. She needs 1 to 3 yards of fabric for each sweater. She's got 10 yards of fabric. How many grandchildren does she have? 10 divided by 1 2/3. This is a little problem. This is why we don't necessarily like mixed numbers. Got to change into that. Now that's 10 divided by 5/3, which is like 10 times 3/5. Looks like she has 6 grandchildren. Lots and lots and lots of practice. Nothing all that hard. You should be able to do all this. Good luck and happy mathing.